Stay in Love TV is your production to distribution solution to getting your message seen and heard. Having your own TV show with Stay in Love TV has never been easier than now. Stay in Love TV gives you the power to share your message with the world. Stop watching TV and start being watched on TV. Stay in Love TV offers real-time multicasting, all with one click. This opportunity puts you on the world stage with an audience of over 200 million. In addition to your low monthly subscription fees, you will also receive monthly network coaching and training from the network itself to ensure that before your first show premieres, you are set up for success. We at Stay in Love TV bring over 20 years experience in sales, marketing, advertising, and business development. Stay in Love TV, purposeful entertainment driven by love, empowered with passion, fueled with faith. Go to www.stayinlovetv.com and let's get started. No longer will you be stung by outrageous nail prices. Contact Latina Queen Bee herself, servicing the Tampa Bay area. And you know what I heard? She even travels. 813-414-1405. That's 813-414-1405. Queen Bee Nail Hive. Come be pollinated. This week's episode is sponsored by Dollhouse of Tampa Salon and Studio, where the inner doll is created. Styling services they offer are sew-ins, quick weaves, relaxers, facial waxing, eyelash extensions, and much, much more. It's time for you to find your inner doll. Contact Selena today at 813-802-6155, servicing the Tampa Bay and surrounding areas of Florida. And make sure you follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show returns Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Memorial Day weekend, right here on Stay in Love TV. Hello everyone. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome to the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show. We provide you with 100% free coaching at your service, raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in, enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. It's a brand new season. I'm feeling amazing and everything is going your way. You guys ready? Let's go. Good day, writers. Good day. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. And okay, so today's scripture inspiration is Revelation chapter 1, verse 18, and the rest of these verses. Okay, so it says, I am the living one. Oh, I'm getting hot because the sun is shining on me. All right. I am the living one. I was dead, and now look, I am alive forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and Hades. Okay, it's gonna be a little longer because I got some time today. Right? What is this? Write therefore what you have seen, what is now, and what will take place later. Ooh. The mystery of the 7 stars you saw in my right hand, and of the 7 golden lampstands. We'll address that on Sunday, I know. But it says the 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 lampstands are the 7 churches. Okay, so the focus is on the first one. Behold, I am the living one. I was dead, and now I am alive forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and hell. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, all right? Yes, Hot Dog's so bored because he just so close to the grass and the birds and squirrels, but he just can't escape, can ya? Right, you're gonna have to wait. All right. Okay, so this was referencing because John was on an island somewhere and he was isolated. Dark night of the soul, and he saw Jesus, and he fell on his knees, and he just couldn't believe it. He saw him, and Jesus came to him. That's enlightenment, guys. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you now. This is not like literal. I really do believe it's not literal. Okay? And even if it was, it doesn't matter. We weren't there. We don't know. So this is how I view it to make it applicable to me. Okay? All right. So good day, my love. Good day, good day, good day. I'm going to do the Friday song at the end. Okay, so Jesus told him this. He says, behold, I am, let me read this again. He said, I am the living one. I was dead, and now look. I am alive forever and ever. I hold the keys of death and Hades. Now death is, and Hades, we know Hades is a resemblance of hell, because we know that that's what happened. He went down to hell, it's written that, and he had keys. Now we're going to speak to that, because you know, I really believe that you guys, you know, my perspective, all right, just my perspective, but I really believe that the cross symbolized, you know, all that he went through, you know, the persecution, you know. I'm gonna say it, good day, Spirit, because this dawned on me when I was meditating about this a couple weeks ago. You know, what if the whole story was written around the disciples and choosing the disciples, having these interactions and encounters? What if those disciples was different versions of Jesus, right? And those were different aspects of himself that he had to choose and allow to be a part of his journey, right? Steve painted, yeah, I know. But I thought about that. I said, what if Jesus was just, what if that's all in his mind? Choosing the disciples, because, you know, I really believe it represents the astrological signs, because it was 12 of them. So, you guys got to really look at that. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I'm not making light of it. But I'm like, man, that just seemed like the zodiac sign, because he chose, and it's a representative of him choosing because, you know, if you get 12 zodiac people with 12 different zodiac signs, you've essentially made up every human being in the world. Okay, so that's another video. But yeah. So Jesus went through all this persecution. You know, he went to the desert. He had to battle, you know, the negative opposing forces in his mind. He overcome that. You know, then along his journey and his walk, he had these encounters, experiences with people. And he really set the example of showing us how to operate from love and compassion, really. That's really what it was. And how he chose to rock the boat. Because he even started out going to church. You don't know that? They found him when he was 12 years old. That's what the story says. Found him when he was 12 years old in the synagogues. He said, wouldn't you know I'd be about my father's business? See, his father's business was him identifying his purpose so that he could fulfill his destiny, right? So, just a little bit. You start barking. I'm telling you, I'm throwing you out the door. No, I'm not. So, he started that because that's where, you know, that's where he started. That's where he grew. He was born Jewish and this and that and whatnot. So, of course, that's where we start, just like us. Because I did the same. I grew up in the church, you know, but eventually, if you read it, eventually, Jesus wound up walking and standing on his own, right? Because he identified deficiencies. Y'all can get mad at me if you want to. He identified deficiencies within the house of God. I'm done. The church. And because he did that, They got mad at him. Why? Because he was messing with their money. Let's just get right down to the nitty gritty, okay? He was messing with their money. So, that lets you know that anytime you decide to walk in your purpose and destiny, that a man mowing the sand today, you decide to walk in your purpose and destiny, make no mistake. If you go against the system, essentially, you're not really going against the system. You're just walking, in your truth, right? And if it doesn't align with the system, you may face challenges. I mean, he did it, but he kept doing it. And he stood in his truth and he said, look, y'all don't kill me. I lay my life down. He knew that was going to be the end result, because ultimately what that represents is you dying to your ego, right? And you being nailed to the cross because of some people persecuting you and wanting to try to kill you. But they think they're killing you. They just playing a part. They just playing a part. See, you think people be coming at you all sideways and whatnot? They just playing a part. Somebody got to be the bad guy. Think about it now. Your whole life and being is a story. It's a movie. If you want to look at it that way. Somebody got to play the bad guy. That's been the whole theme of the entire universe for the last 2,000 years. Everything, if we think about it now, if you just really just take a moment, think about it, say, you know what? It's always been this theme, ain't it? Good versus evil. All the movies, Marvel movies, all of them. Superman and a nemesis. That's been the whole vibration in this whole universe. It has. So now that we've crossed over into the age of Aquarius, where it's unity, that whole system is crumbling down. So now that we realize that, thank you, my love, I see you, cousin. Now that we realize that that's what it is, and we choose to no, we don't want to ride this wave no more. We don't want to ride the wave of good and bad and evil and love and hate and judging people and I'm better than you and I'm a winner and you're a loser. We don't want to be a part of that scene no more. We want to be a part of unity and love, which was the whole basis of Jesus' whole purpose, his ministry, everything was all about love, right? And see, here's the thing. He showed us in that story that you have to nail your ego to the cross in order to operate in full love. You do. That's what that represents. So however way it's going to come about, more than likely it's going to come about with individuals stripping you so that you can see. I mean, they said he was naked, right? That's just representative of being completely vulnerable and exposed, right? So anytime, that's what your ego going to do. It's going to expose you. But make no mistake, it's for the good, because that means that you are completely transparent and you be like, you know what? Yeah, come on, do it. Because I'm ready. Last summer fall, you guys know what I went through. Hot dog, I'm telling you right now. Now, I'm driving. Do you understand? So you're going to be a participating audience member in my car. So I expect you to be a good boy. Yes, I'm looking at you. And I'm talking to you. So relax. So, make no mistake. They're going to, if you allow yourself to go through that process, y'all here, don't you see? I guess I'm expecting him to be barking and singing. No, he ready to go. Okay, so it's like he knows what time it is. So when you are stripped, you're like, okay, yeah, it's me. Yeah, I'm gonna die to this. See, when you go through that process, right, you are finally accepting. Yep, this is me. You're coming clean with everything that's been holding you back, right? Everything that your ego has allowed to hold back from you, right? That's all you. It ain't nobody but you, right? So when you allow yourself to be crucified, you go through that process of dying, right? Because it's going to feel like it. I'm serious. Don't go through with it, right? You're going to feel like, man, why do I feel like I'm dying? You are. Sure you go. Because it's finally your spirituality taking position, right? And you have to go through that dark night of soul, that process, where you finally face all the darkness part of you, right? But the great thing about it is that he died, right? Everybody thought he was dead. Everybody thought he was dead. But when he was going through that, he was in a tomb. That means he was isolated. He was in a tomb, a womb. He was in a womb. So that old version of him was dying. And that new version of him was being reborn. So when you go through a dark night of the soul, it's going to feel like you died, because your ego is finally being stripped. And it's dying, so that you can emerge like the phoenix. Who you really are, right? Completely. But when he come back, he told him, said, look, I got the keys. I live forever and ever. I finally cracked the code on what I need to do, on what it takes to finally sit at the right hand of God. Right hand of God is authority and power, but that's all ego-driven words. But I really believe that the right hand of God is representative of really being able to hear what the universe and spirit is trying to tell us, so that we can communicate back to others. Denise, good day, my love. So once he went through all that process, he told him, so look, I got the keys. I got the keys to death and hell. See? Once you go through a dark night of the soul, then that's like it's like the ultimate playing card of the dark side of us, right? The opposing forces. So once you go through that, then you have the keys to it. You understand, oh yeah, this ain't gonna kill me, because this isn't me, right? So if I die, then I die, but I'll transition and I'll be in a better place. See, so once you assume that power and understand that, okay, you're going through a dark night of the soul. You're in a tomb, a womb, where that old version of you is dying, and the new version of you is being reborn, because you've been nailed to the cross and been stripped and transparent and vulnerable in front of everyone. And everyone thought you was dead, and everybody was sad, and what's wrong with her? Why she ain't talking to nobody? Is she gonna kill herself and all that? Why won't she answer the phone? Somebody go check on her. You know, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, look, I'm going through something. But I really thought I was gonna die. But I did. And now I got the keys. The death and hell. So all that hell you going through, I got a key for it. Wisdom. I got wisdom on that. I've experience on that, right? That feeling of death, I got a key for it, right? So that's what, my opinion, from my perspective, when Jesus told John, look, I was dead and now I'm alive forevermore. He realized what had happened. I got the keys to death and hell. So when you go on through whatever it is you're going through, right? Dark night of the soul. It's always something dark and sinister, right? Where you feel like you're going to die. It's just the energies. It really is. But it has a purpose. It's for you to finally decide to stand in your own truth and be transparent. So that, because see, when he was on the cross, he was stripped naked. He was naked. That means that when you finally stand in your truth, you got to be completely transparent. You got to be authentic. People got to see you and see you. You know what I mean? You got to be you through and through. I I really am not the there's no difference when I come before you guys than when my family, I'm around my family. I mean, our people I talk to and whatnot, I'm really the same. I'm just maybe not as animated and passionate, but I'm still the same. You know what I mean? So when you go through that process, you stand in your truth and you operate from a place of authenticity, right? So when you go through all that and you're stripped and you don't care what people think and all this kind of stuff, not from an ego perspective now, but because you've allowed yourself to be transparent and to come clean and allow yourself to die to the ego, right? Nail that ego to the cross. You got to be up there. Do you know how painful it is to go through that? You know, guys, I was thinking about this. Yeah, I got a little time this morning. So I was thinking about this. I said, you know what? When those people are transitioning, you guys know I'm talking about them people. When they're transitioning, that must be a very painful experience. I don't want to experience it though, Spirit. I'm okay. I like being a girl. I really do. I'm serious. But it must be a painful experience, right? So think about it. When you are transitioning, finally allowing your ego to die, and you to finally, the real you to finally emerge like the phoenix, it's not going to be no easy thing. But make no mistake, you were made for it. And make no mistake, if you're watching me, that means you chose this lifetime, you're going to go through that process. You finally decided you were going to do it. See, I had to come to terms with that. I was like, you know, and it's interesting because as you're going through the process, as you're going through this dark night of the soul, it's like you start waking up and you start realizing, I've been here before, maybe not in this form, but I've been me forever and ever. And this must be the lifetime that I decide to go through with it. Because things start to be revealed, revelations to you, right? So if you finally say yes to it, yeah, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to allow myself to go through the process, whatever it takes. And, you know, I finally had to come to terms with myself. I said, if I die, I die. I'm like, I'm only going to wake up in a better timeline somewhere. I really am. I really believe that. That's why I make it a point, and I'm focused, and I'm asking you guys to do it too. Stay in that state of joy and peace and gratitude, because we don't know the day or the hour. And so that if you transition, all you're gonna do is be on that wavelength of joy, peace, and gratitude. So what do you think? You're gonna be born into that's gonna be your new movie. I believe that. I really do. Because we evolve, right? We get better and better. So, good day, my love. I see you. Behold, I was dead, but now I'm alive. I hold the keys of death and hell. I am alive forever and evermore. He told him that. I'm telling you, when you go through that process, that dark night of your soul, and you finally confront those opposing forces, that side of you, the dark night of your soul, that's what that is. Things that are hidden, things that are sinister, you know, those parts of us that edges the God in us out. When we finally address those and face those, and when we realize that it's just a part of us, and we choose not to be that, right? You say, no, I choose divinity. I choose light. I choose love. I choose Christ consciousness. Then you can step into the fullness of you. And when you do that, then you can say, you have no power here. And then you will have the key. And then you will be able to take that same key and use it to open doors to others. So, Phoenix rising. If you go through the dark night of the soul, whatever it takes. And when this happens, You're going to be like, man, why? Why I got to do all that? But if you really, really look at it, whatever it is you're going through, especially these people that have really been going through these changes, changes. People be going through these changes because of the quarantine and all this stuff. I'm telling you guys, you're a Capricorn and Saturn and all these planets just stripping everything away and transforming everything and bringing everything to service that's no longer of God. You know, it's stripping all away and tearing it down because it just wasn't working. There was termites in the building. It was leaks in the pipes. It was just, the whole system was wrong for the last 2,000 years. You think Christ consciousness is just going to allow this to keep going? No. We are in a new era, a new day, dawning of the age of Aquarius. And if you guys look back over history, I thought about that. I said, man, this stuff was happening in the 70s. Racial injustice, people picketing and all this kind of stuff. We got facts. We got evidence. We got receipts. And I was like, man, is it like every some odd years you go through? Yes. Because Christ consciousness, this universe, spirit was trying to give us an opportunity to wake up. Those were the alarm clocks going off. Thank you, spirit. Back in the 50s and 60s, alarm clocks was going off. Last 2,000 years, all throughout history, alarm clock was going off. You guys know when you be sleeping. And just where I have it. I have where it is the tone gets louder and louder as you know I get near to my time where I have to get up. So it's subtle. All throughout history, last 2,000 years, it was a subtle alarm. Till now, that thing is so loud, and it woke everybody up. A lot of people. So now we have a better opportunity to actually see the age of Aquarius come to be, where unity is a new normal. So that's why I'm just getting it out there, and I'm so focused about it because I really don't care about whatever. I always want to get it out there because if I get that vibration out there and it reaches a person, then they're like, then it's like they awaken from their slumber, and then that person will wake up, and then you know what, we can actually have and be able to finally experience the intention of what Christ wanted for all of us. Because this is his universe. I'm serious. We operate in Christ consciousness, the whole thing. Think about it now. Buddha and all them, that's great. That's great. And I am not against anybody's, but it all leads back to that. It's that wave, right? We're in this pool called Jesus, right? And everybody's in here, right? And the waters got muddied, and it's got to clear away. Had to come to the surface. You gotta scrape it off. But the more people that get into this flow of Christ consciousness, love consciousness, if you want to, do it that way. It's all the same thing. It's just a name. But I'm serious. If we all get into this wave and everybody start flowing in the same flow, right? Then we can actually begin to experience unity and love and peace. I really think that I really see that for the world. I do. We finally realize, hey, we're all connected. That's us. You know? Guys, I have went way over. But I encourage you that if you are going through a dark night of your soul, make no mistake. It's a part of the process. And make no mistake, this is a lifetime where you agreed that you would go through it. Again. Because maybe the last time you didn't make it. So when you realized and you saw the end result after you left this body, you set the intention, I want another shot at it. I know it's going to be challenging. but I have all the power and the forces behind me. And this time I can do it. Sure about that? Yes, I agree. All right. See, let's go. And you come back and then you realize, wow, certain things you just know, don't you? Man, I know that. Yeah, but then you just know that. So yeah, this is a lifetime that you become enlightened and you will awaken. And it's exciting because who's to say that there is some faraway heaven, right? Another part of the universe where as we evolve as spiritual beings that we get to exist and experience. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just a dreamer, guys. Sunday for Spiritually Speaking, where we take a deeper dive into the scriptures. Have a fun, fantastic, fabulous weekend, guys. Stay in love. Stay in Love TV is your production to distribution solution to getting your message seen and heard. Having your own TV show with Stay in Love TV has never been easier than now. Stay in Love TV gives you the power to share your message with the world. Stop watching TV and start being watched on TV. Stay in Love TV offers real-time multicasting, all with one click. This opportunity puts you on the world stage with an audience of over 200 million. In addition to your low monthly subscription fees, you will also receive monthly network coaching and training from the network itself to ensure that before your first show premieres, you are set up for success. We at Stay in Love TV bring over 20 years experience in sales, marketing, advertising, and business development. Stay in Love TV, purposeful entertainment driven by love, empowered with passion, fueled with faith. Go to www.stayinlovetv.com and let's get started.